Welcome, everyone. So happy to have you with me again today. I am Marcela. And so today what I have for us, it's a shorter yoga practice, one of those that has a special focus into some part of their body. Sometimes it's a special theme. But today what I would like to focus on is the hip. So we're going to be working with like a hip opener and allowing ourselves to release and find some more learning there within ourselves of what those sensations could be and what it means for us. It's a shorter practice, so this makes it a little bit more flexible for those of us that don't have that much time during the day but would still want to go into our bodies and sense and feel and just be here and now with what is. So with that said, why don't we go ahead and begin? And all we need for our practice today, as usually, is our yoga mat or some type of sticky surface if you have that. If you do like to use your props, we can use a couple of blocks for some of those lunges. Anytime you feel to use a prop, it's totally up to you. And I like to use a blanket, so I always have it handy because I like to sit on it, especially when we're seated for a little bit of a longer time. It's a nice support for the pelvis. But as always, it's up to you. So depending what time it is during the day, just check in with yourself. Let's take this little bit of a time to settle in. So sit on a comfortable position, cross-legged, maybe seated on your heels, whichever way you can allow yourself to start settling into this moment. And then close your eyes. And then as we close the eyes, we allow ourselves through that gateway of the breath to begin to connect to the body. See if you can rest your hands on your legs, on your lap. Notice how the sitting bones start becoming more and more grounded. So you feel that grounding down towards the earth. That at the same time allows for the spine to go more vertical. And so the whole awareness at this moment, it's on our breath. The breath as it is here now. In and out through the nose. If your present state allows it. Or give yourself time to go towards a breath in and out through the nose. There are great benefits of just breathing in and out through the nose, which I'm not going to get into now. But do know that you can allow yourself to notice the difference if you want to try it out. And so still in the breath, let's take one deep inhale through the nose. And then breathe fully out through the mouth. Try to soften the shoulders, both on the inhales and the exhales. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Do it softly but fully. Empty your whole body. And then one last one. Inhale. And then exhale fully. And then come back to that breath, just your habitual breath in and out through the nose for a few more moments. Explore if you may be noticing already some shifts in the breath, in your mind, in your body. Be here with all of who you are. All right, let's bring the hands together in front of the heart, just like coming together for a few breaths to open our practice. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And with the exhale, bow down gently towards the heart center. Bring your thumbs in between your eyebrows. Hands back to heart center. And on the next inhale, just look back up. Begin to blink your eyes open. Release your hands down onto your lap. And if you're still sitting comfortable here, let's stay here for a few more moments. Settle the sitting bones again. Inhale your arms up and over the head, all the way up. Now listen, on the exhale, push your hips back and start hinging from your hips. Go forward, extend as if you're going to touch your screen, and then tip of the fingers down. Allow your head to come down, maybe bend your elbows. And let's do a little bit of breath work here. Inhale through the nose for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And exhale through the nose for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale nose, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale nose, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can we do 2 more rounds? You follow your own pace, same length. Excellent. On your next inhale, look up, inhale. On your exhale, come and walk your hands back in to your upright sit. Hands to the sides or behind you, lean back. And let's just change the front foot to the back, same way, cross-legged or maybe sitting on your heels. Ground your sitting bones. Inhale, both arms up and over the head, lengthen even more. With the exhale, arms long, push your hips back. Lean forward, hinge. Try to reach, let's touch one another's hands, hands down. And lengthen your arms, lower your head. Back to the same breath, right? Go ahead and inhale deep through the nose. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let go. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, surrender. 3, 2, 1. Take 2 more rounds. Follow your count. Same length. Inhale and exhale. Good. Surrender. Give more into this deep forward fold. Look up on your inhale. Let's walk the hands in, back onto an upright seated position. Hands to lap, lengthen the spine. Come back to your habitual breath, in and out through the nose, or possibly begin with the Ujjayi breath, the victorious breath. I'm sitting on a blanket and I'm going to remove it now. Pull it over to the side. Maybe we'll need it later. So let's bring the hands behind the back. Go ahead and bend your knees. I'm just going to turn over to the front of the mat. Hands behind us. And let's go ahead and windshield wiper the legs from side to side. Remember, today we're working with the hips, which might also mean we're working with freedom. So freeing ourselves of maybe some tensions, some stresses that we may be gathering around the hip area. So just begin to use your awareness to notice how and what that is for you. Come back to center. Beautiful. Walk your hands forward. Bring the feet together. Give yourself a little hug here, round your back. Inhale, as you look forward, lengthen the spine. Hands behind us once again. Open the feet parallel to one another. Press the tip of the fingers against the earth as much as the heels of your hands and lift your hips. Inhale. So lengthen from the hip flexors, your knees forward, and then lower on your exhale. Make it gentle. Let's do one more. Feel your hands, tip of the fingers, come up. Maybe the gaze up. Exhale. Liberating yourself here. Feel the freedom of where you're going to be letting go. One more time. Inhale. Push your hips up. Look up. And then exhale. This time, we just come all the way down. Hips in between the hands. Release. And shake your wrists slightly. We're going to be using them quite a lot. All right, let's cross one foot on top of the other. Lean forward. And come onto a tabletop, if you will, here. All fours. Good. We're going to curl the toes under and reach the hips all the way down toward the heels to what is available for you. These are just cues, so check in with your body. Lengthen your arms, look forward and then down towards the earth. And with your inhale, look up again. Come on to tabletop, all fours. Let's give it a little bit more love onto our wrists. Turning the fingers, flipping the hands so the fingers point toward the knees. Inhale, toes are tucked under. And exhale, just tiny bend on the elbows, reach your hips back again. You're gonna find a point where you can't go further. Keep the heels of the hands down. We're going for a nice, good extension. Yeah. Come back up, inhale, point your toes, and then sit on your heels. Give it a little bit of a shake, shake it, shake it, shake it, let it go. That is love for the wrists. Okay, both hands come back down, tabletop. A few cat-cows here, but let's begin first with finding a neutral pelvis. You probably can't sit on me here, but we're pulling the navel deep, deep, deep in, avoiding an over tilt of the pelvis, either back or forward. So find that neutral, both hands, tip of the fingers pressing. Inhale, tailbone up, chest up, navel down. Exhale, tailbone down, all the way around on your upper back, chin to chest. Inhale, tailbone up. Try to segmentate the movement here to recognize and get acquainted with your whole body. Round, exhale. Inhale. Lengthen that front belly. Exhale. And last one, inhale. Feel the length and come back to neutral onto your tabletop. Let's walk the hands in toward the knees. Come all the way up onto a kneeling position. You're probably going to want to turn over to the wide side of your mat. Support for the knees if you have your blanket. We're going to be here for a little while. So let's step. Right leg over to the side. You point your toes whichever position is best for your knee. So check it out with your knee. Reach your left arm up and over your head. Inhale. And with the exhale, let's bend over onto the right. A side bend. Good. With the side bend, you're connecting to those places that are lengthening, stretching, and creating space. Excellent. So press a little bit further down on the last exhale. With your inhale, come all the way back up. Let's use that exhale to lower left hand down onto the earth, or, of course, a block. But let's touch, block or the earth. Keep your right hand on your hip, stay here, pushing the hips up, or go ahead and lift the right leg up. Yeah, we can stay here. We're gonna be here for a little while. Reaching that arm up and over the head, maybe stay here, or on the exhale, bend your knee, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen the arm up and over the head, and exhale all the way out on that breath out. One more time, inhale, and exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, let's all meet if we have the leg up, and we lower, and then we come all the way back up to where we started. Lower the arm, and then step your right leg in. Good, back to, just like a Tadasana mountain pose, but just on the knees. Notice your grounding. Then let's step the left leg over to the side. Find that place that allows your knee to feel safe here. You and your knees feel safe. Reach that right arm up and over the head, and with the exhale, start bending over onto your side. You can slide your left hand over your leg and focus lots on the length of your body, lots on the space from within. What are those sensations for you? Maybe they're challenging, maybe not so much. Inhale, reach the right arm long up and over the head. With the exhale, you're going to bring the right arm down over to the side with a block or straight down onto the earth. Bring your left hand onto your hip, stay here, push the hip up, or maybe go ahead and lift the left leg up. You can tuck the back toes under, that gives you more stability, and possibly reach that left arm up and over the head. Stay here, connected to the lower navel, lengthen. With the exhale, maybe you touch knee and elbow. Inhale, now the arm up and over the head. And exhale, knee and elbow touch. Inhale. And exhale, have them touch. Beautiful. Inhale, lengthen here. We all meet the left arm up and over the head for those of us with the leg up. Otherwise, we lower and maybe meet the rest of us. And then Come back to where we started. Bring your left leg in, back onto your knees. The Tadasana, right? Feel the alignment. Point your toes, come on to your heels. Take a moment here, give it a full exhale, letting go. And so I'm just going to turn over to the front of the mat. If you're facing the long side, also you can turn over to the shorter side of your mat. Hands down. Let's curl the toes under. And start walking the hands closer and closer toward the knees, pushing against the earth. Coming up onto a yoga squat. We're going to open the knees wide. Maybe wiggle the feet wider apart. Some of us have the ability or the genes that allows the heels to come down onto the earth. For some of us, it's not that accessible. So that's a good place to use maybe a blanket that you can roll and place it under your heels. So feel free to lift your heels, and both hands are touching the earth for support. We're going to lengthen the spine and begin to open your knees wide, coming from your groin. We lengthen the spine, have the tailbone go down and in. Tip of the toes are stable onto the earth. A few breaths more. Yeah, connect to that inner sensation, connecting, breathing all the way onto both hip sides. Good. So why don't we all come onto the ball of the feet, lifting the heels. Those of us that are using a blanket, we're going to move it over onto the side. Hands are still down, and slowly push the hands against the earth, lower the heels down. Bring the hips up towards the skies for a forward fold, head down. All right, your feet are parallel to one another, maybe big toes are touching. You can hang here, arms floating, or maybe go ahead and hug your legs from behind. Begin to sway side to side, front and back, or even a few circles here. With all the time, the soles of your feet are grounded, anchored, really heavy onto the earth. Release both hands down. Good. Go ahead and come all the way up to standing. Reach the arms up and over the head. With the exhale, hands to heart center, Samastitihi. Lower both hands down to mountain. If you, like me, are at the back of your mat, let's go ahead and walk over to the top of the mat. Take a little trip and journey over to the top of your mat. Hands to heart. Inhale, open your heart, look up. With the exhale, let's bend, hinging from the hips, halfway down. Continue your exhale and come all the way down, hands down. Crown of the head down. Inhale, lengthen, halfway up. Listen, on your exhale, you're gonna step the right foot back. Come on to a high lunge. Bring the hands, both hands on top of your left thigh. Push the right thigh up towards the skies. And our next inhale, right arm up and over the head. Listen, with the exhale, let's turn and twist the torso over to the left. Go ahead and hook the elbow to the outer side of your hand, hands to Namaste. If this is a little bit too intense for you, no worries. You can lower right hand and lift your left arm up. We'll do a couple of breaths more, keeping the balance the best we can, and come back to the center. Inhale. And with the exhale, we're going to lower both hands down. Balance. Walk the hands in between the legs, wide-legged stance. Feet parallel to one another. Inhale, lengthen. Widen your shoulder blades. With the exhale, forward fold. Crown of the head down. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, walk the hands over onto your right leg. We're going to bend the right knee and just come onto a side lunge. Hands to heart. Look over to the tip of your toes. Inhale, lengthen, hands down. Exhale, wide-legged stance. Just transitioning here. Inhale, undulating the spine, look forward. And on the exhale, walk forward. Both hands to either side of your left foot. Yeah, this is a variation of a side plank. We're going to turn the left toes over to the left side of the mat. Stand on the outer side of your right foot. Right hand stays down. Left arm up towards the skies. Gently press the right hand against the earth. Look up. Good. Feel your hips here. You're going deeper. Push your hips up. Inhale. And gently exhale. It's lower. Left hand to the inner side of your right foot. Turn. Pivot. Good. Both hands to the inner side of the foot. Walk your left foot to the edge of your mat. Still flat on the earth. Active. Stay here with your right knee or lower. And open the left knee. Look forward. Keep opening that left knee, but keep the sole of your foot flat. Variation here, you could go ahead and bend the right knee. Just try to reach that heel towards your buttock. And lower. Exactly. Bring that right knee up. And step the left foot up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale and open your hips, bend your knee. Option to stay here or move over onto a wild thing. Lower the left foot down and reach your heart up towards the skies. We're all gonna meet in a moment. Inhale here as if you're covering the sun from your eyes. And on the exhale, let's all come back to a three-legged dog. Inhale here, and exhale, lower your left foot down, downward dog. One extra breath here. Inhale, look forward, hips down. Exhale, walk or float to the front. Inhale to lengthen halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Come all the way up to standing. Arms up and over the head, deep inhale. Palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart. Samastitihi. Take one full breath. Yes. Inhale here again. Exhale, same way. Second side, go forward, hinging. Lengthen. Keep exhaling, hands down. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, still touching, this time the left foot back for a high lunge. Settle here first, hands to thighs, strong left thigh. Inhale, your left arm up and high, up and over your head. Exhale, let's turn, twist now, over to the right, hook your elbow, hands to heart. Take your variation just like you did on the other side. Yes. Left thigh is high up and strong. Beautiful. Inhale to center. Exhale, both hands down. Okay, turn, pivot your left heel down. Let's walk over onto a wide-legged stance, hands under the shoulders, feet parallel. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to forward fold. Head, crown of the head down. Hello. Inhale to lengthen here. And exhale, just walk the hands over to your opposite leg, bend for a side lunge. Hands to heart, gaze over to the tip of your toes. Strong. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Wide-legged stance. Feet parallel to one another. Inhale to lengthen, widen your shoulder blades. Exhale, forward and down. Yeah, we're going deeper. Inhale, lengthen. Beautiful. Exhale, walk the hands back to the front of your mat. Good. Both hands to either side of your right foot. Now we're going to turn the right toes over to the right edge of your mat. Stand on the outer side of your left foot. Point your knee forward. And the right arm up and over your head. Can you feel it? Notice where you feel the sensation, where the body's talking to us. Breathe it all the way down there. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale, we're going to bring the hand to the inner side of the right foot. Turn the right toes forward and turn pivot your left foot. Look forward. Wiggle the right foot over to the edge of your mat. Now you can stay here high up with your left knee or lower your left knee down. You decide, but try to see if you can open wider and wider that right knee, but in reality we're working with the hip, right? The knee just goes following the hip. Keep your right foot grounded and strong, active. Beautiful. Let's inhale to lift the back knee. Take a full exhale here. With the next inhale, right leg up and back. Open your hips, bend your knee. Now, option to stay here, keep opening your hips, or make it all the way back, bend that standing leg, bring your right foot down, or a wild thing. Reach high up, your heart, your hips, the front of the body is being pushed by the lower body. Beautiful, cover the sun, inhale, and let's all meet in a downward facing dog. The right leg is up and back. And on the exhale, we're gonna lower the right foot down. Beautiful work. Downward facing dog. Come back to your breath. Full awareness in your breath. Notice how you keep lengthening your spine. It's like coming home onto a downward facing dog. Engaging that lower navel. Yes. Inhale next time, look forward, bend your knees. On your exhale, float or walk to the top of your mat. Inhale to lengthen, long spine. Exhale, forward and down. Strong rooted legs come all the way up to standing, reaching. Arms up and over the head, hands touch. Exhale, hands to heart. Samastitihi. Connect all the way back. Feel how you're liberating yourself of any tensions, anything you may be holding on to. Connect deep within, especially around your hips. How's that going? Okay, release the hands down. Mountain pose. Good. Ground yourself. Inhale, arms up and over the head. Hands to heart. Start bending the knees. Bend the knees. Let's make it down. Lift your heels whenever you need to. Onto a squat. All right here on the squat, we can lower both hands down. And start leaning forward. Make a little ball of yourself. Give yourself a hug here. With hands down or in balance. You're expanding your shoulder blades. Hands down, look up. Good. So we're gonna lower the knees, okay? And walk into your mat. Coming up onto a kneeling position, standing on your knees. Now some of you may want to use your blanket also here for support or for like softening the surface over for your knees. I like it. I think whatever I can do to protect the knees, many of those places where we just need to be soft no matter what. All right? So now that once we're here, we're going to do one camel pose, Ustrasana, and I'm going to guide you through it. You decide how far you go. We're ready. Okay. So you can tuck your toes under or you can point your toes, especially if you've been doing this a lot. You know how far you can go. Tucking the toes under gives us more space to reach back toward the heels. We're going to bring the hands over onto the lower back, fingers pointing down or fingers pointing up. You decide. It's all about feel how you bring the shoulder blades together, thighs forward, strong and forward. Good. We're lightly just pushing the pelvis forward. The chest up towards the sky, the gaze up towards the sky. So it's more that you're lengthening the front of the body. The chest start turning more and more up towards the skies. And if you want to go for it, go ahead and release your right hand over onto the right heel, your left hand over to your left heel. And again, thighs forward, knees forward. Maybe your gaze all the way back. Notice that the breath is the one telling you how far you're going. Keep breathing, engage your glutes. And let's bring both hands back to the lower back. Start lengthening your spine, vertical slowly. Then gaze forward. Yeah. Both hands come down. Point your toes. Sit on your heels, chin to chest. This is your transition to connect, to explore, to check where you are. Observe the breath, finding its own pace, and observe your here and now. If your eyes are closed, go ahead and open them. Good. You want to remove your blanket. Let's take it over to the side. Again, keep it closed if you may want to use it later. Good. Hands down. Let's cross one foot on top of the other. And sit behind the feet. Stretch your legs right in front of you. Beautiful. Right here. Tadasana. Kind of like the mountain pose of the seated poses, arms to the sides. Gently, it's a very subtle press against the earth to lengthen the spine, to pull the navel in, a few breaths. Shoulders are down. Yes. Okay, hands a little bit further behind. Go ahead and bend your knees. Scooch your hips forward. And let's begin to roll slowly down onto our back. One vertebrae at a time. You're still engaged on your lower navel. So we're heading on to closing our practice today. Bring your arms over to the sides of your body. Drop the shoulders. Good. Lengthen the spine. Left foot stays down, right foot up and over your left thigh. Open your right hip for a reclined pigeon pose. You can lift that left foot, interlace your fingers around your left knee, and breathe. You could, if you wanted, let go of the Ujjayi breath, but stay conscious and aware of your breath. Release the hands. Let's bring the hands over onto a T position. Lower your left foot down, flat on the ground, and keep your right foot where it is. Lower the right foot with your left knee down onto the earth for a nice good twist. Turn your gaze over onto the right tip of the fingers, or close your eyes. We're still lengthening the torso. Even though we're in closing postures, we're still active. Remember the length, the fascia, all the inner subtle body is still working. Good, let's come back to center. Bring the legs back to center, gaze up, and switch second side. Right foot down, left foot up and onto the side of your thigh. Lift your right foot, interlace the fingers around your right knee. So where do you find depth? Here. I know when we practice that yoga asana, we're constantly looking for sensation. At this point, besides sensation, try to do it more meditative, just allowing whatever shows up to show up, even if it's not just a sensation. Good. Couple of breaths more. Press Your navel down, release the arms, open your arms on a T position, lower the right foot and the left foot with the right knee, and reach down onto the earth. Turn your gaze over to the tip of your left fingers. Both shoulders are down. And what else are you letting go of? This is the time. With each exhale, let go. Whatever you're holding on to, let it go. Let it go. Then come back to center. Excellent. All right, release the left foot down. And lastly, we could do a happy baby here. Bring the knees over to your heart. Make a little ball of yourself first. Nose to knee. Roll down. Open your hips wide. Last time. And then turn the soles of the feet up to the skies. Begin by feeling here how you're going to land the sacrum. Keep it down. Hook the peace fingers onto your toes. Your sacrum still grounded. And sway. You could sway from side to side. This is the most delicious ever. I just love that at the end of a practice. And if there's something else you love, please go ahead. We've got a few more moments of conscious movement. Stretch your legs long. Connect to that opening. Bend your knees. Release the toes. One more hug. Nose to knee. And roll down. This would be the time for Shavasana, so please allow yourself. I know that you may be busy. This is a shorter practice. Still, if you could give yourself even a couple of minutes of Shavasana would be great. Longer, even better. Stretch your legs long. Bring the arms to the sides. Lengthen the back of the neck. Let go. Shoulders drop. Armpits drop. Your rib cage drops. The back of your heels drop. The skin throughout your whole body is totally taken over by the force of gravity. Drop the jaw. This is a time where you give yourself as much time as you'd like to go into the deep yoga relaxation. Just be. Don't do. Don't hold. Don't control your breath. Just be. Let go. And you can be here for as long as you'd like. You could pause the video here if you have the time or the wish to stay longer time in Shavasana. In any case, I'm going to say goodbye to one another, so you can come back to our closing, and we can do it together later. For those of us that are leaving now, let's begin to bring a little bit of movement to the tip of the fingers and the tip of the toes, a few circles, wrists, heels, head from side to side. head to center. Bend your knees, get heavy on your pelvis. So yeah, let it just be like, pretend that you have a big rock on top of your pelvis. And inhale your arms all the way up and over your head. Make yourself super long. And with the exhale, push your hips over to the side and roll over to the opposite side of your hips. Support your head on your arm. One extra full breath here. You're going to press gently the upper hand against the earth. Keep your head low on your way up onto a comfortable sit. With your eyes closed. Sitting bones grounded. Hands to heart center. Taking these few more moments. And let's close together with the sound of Om if you'd like to join. So begin by exhaling fully. And we'll inhale for Om. Bowing down towards heart center in gratitude for a nice hip opener, connecting to that freedom from within, feeling alive. Bring your chin up, thumbs in between the eyebrows. Namaste. Thank you so much. This was our practice for today. A little bit of a shorter practice, intense into the hip opener. So I hope you liked it. And come back to it as many times as you need to until you feel very acquainted and comfortable with the movements, and then we'll create something new. Until next time, please take care. Thank you so much.